Hey everybody, how's it going? Josh here. Now, in the Bumblebee movie that came out, they made a lot of changes actually by how they did Bumblebee with the greater Michael Bay Transformers universe. And it was kind of confusing at first because a lot of people just thought that this movie was going to be a prequel, even though it's become more and more evident since it's come out, or since it's about to come out I should say, that it's really more of a soft reboot more so than anything else, which I think is honestly for the best, considering there's certain aspects of Michael Bay's Transformers that they probably should keep just for the sake of things, but for the most part you could scrap like 80% of whatever Michael Bay did.
What are we gonna do with this shrimp taco?
Just bump a cap in his ass, throw him in the truck, and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
I mean, it wasn't super popular obviously, which is why they're kind of soft rebooting it in the first place. But the biggest change I would say they did from the get-go that kind of changed the Transformers timeline and really made this a separate one was how Bumblebee came to Earth. Because in the original Michael Bay universe, as shown to us in Transformers The Last Knight, Bumblebee came decades ago, to the point where he was able to fight with Hot Rod and the Allies in World War II against the villains presumed to be the Nazis. Now, this is a big departure from what we saw in the Bumblebee movie, because Bumblebee doesn't come anywhere close to World War II time when he lands on Earth. And when he lands on Earth, he turns into the 60s Beetle, and he kind of rolls from there. Eventually he turns into the 70s Chimera that we all see in the first Transformers movie. But besides that, I mean, nothing really stays in sync with the Transformers timeline. You know, in the first Transformers movie, when they kind of talked about what happened to Bumblebee's voice, Ratchet made it sound like Bumblebee's voice was damaged during the war back on Cybertron. However, in this movie, they actually show us Bumblebee's voice getting damaged by Blitzwing. So again, two different type of things happening here that differentiated from the timeline, which I thought was interesting. And I think the biggest one for me was at the end of the movie when we get to see, lo and behold, the great Autobot leader Optimus Prime yet again, and hopefully forever voiced by Peter Cullen. And this was really interesting to me beyond the fact that Optimus Prime looked different, of course, because Optimus Prime in the Bay version of the Transformers franchise didn't land on Earth until the other Autobots also came to Earth in 2007. But in this movie version, he's coming a lot earlier, at the end of this Bumblebee movie, which is obviously not 2007, it's 1987. So definitely it's big departures here and there, and also at the same time, we get to see 7 other Autobots come to Earth following Optimus Prime during the end of the movie, which is different because in the first Transformers movie, it was really only about 4 or 5 Autobots, including Optimus Prime, which landed on Earth. So this tells me in many ways more than one that this is definitely confirmed at this point, a soft reboot, a new launching point for the Transformers franchise, which is honestly very much so for the better. Just because Travis Knight obviously does a much better job conveying the Autobots to Transformers and their relationship with humans in a narratively stronger way for sure, but just in an overall package wise, much more better execution wise method than Michael Bay did. And also besides that, you know, a nice change of pace, a nice change of creative direction will probably do some good for these Transformers. You know, Optimus Prime was killing people in different robots, Autobots, Decepticons, all of them, a lot in the Transformers Bay franchise. So it might be better to see a different type of, less aggressive Optimus Prime in the Travis Knight universe version, or at least that timeline. And also at the same time, there was a lot of turnover with both the Autobots and Decepticons. So maybe it'll be really nice to get a more accurate Starscream, for example, a more accurate Ironhide, a much more accurate Hot Rod, which is my favorite Transformer, before he became Rodimus Prime. I mean, maybe it'll be nice to get a more stable cast and crew for these different Autobots and Decepticons, so we're not getting introduced to new ones every single time, because just like regular human characters, it's hard to build that relationship and that connection with the different Transformers if besides like 1, 2, or 3 of them, they're all changing every single movie. Because we're not here to watch human characters, we're here to watch the Transformer characters. And I do think that this franchise has that possibility to really capitalize on that. So comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited the Bumblebee movie formally changed the Transformers timeline for sure? No more suspicions about it? Leave your thoughts down below, and we'll see you guys later.